When should you increase the pace of your intervals? Now, really common question. Several people have asked me this in the comments. Really common question. And by the end of this, hopefully I will have explained how long it takes for a session to actually soak in and for you to feel the benefit, and then how to progressively add more pace so that you become a faster runner. Now, I had a great question from GK. He's all over the comments, but this is a brilliant question. Hey Lee, I did my first interval session 2 days ago. I did 20 times 1 minute at 7:30 per mile pace. I was able to hit every rep at or faster than goal pace, and my heart rate came down to about 155 beats per minute during each rest. Highest heart rate achieved was 170. My ultimate goal is sub 20 minute 5K. Should I make my next interval session faster? Now, it's a great question. And first of all, let's look at heart rate. So 170 beats during the interval, and during the rest, the 60 seconds rest, always say keep rest at 60 seconds. So you can analyze your progress over time, much, much easier. And also you're teaching your heart rate to recover quick within 60 seconds. So it's coming down 15 beats. And so he's at 155 beats when he's starting the next rep. Now, what he'll start to see over time is that heart rate come down much more. When I go out and do an interval, whether it's 1 minute interval or 10-minute interval, I keep the rest at 60 seconds. And what I see, if I'm going up to 170 beats, maybe in a 10-minute interval or a 5-minute interval, in that 60 seconds rest, it'll come down below 130 beats. And that means that I'm much more refreshed and ready to go and in control of the session for the next rep. But it's not too much recovery time, so that I'm not coming down, and therefore it's easier for me to get back into the lactate zone that I'm trying to work on during the next rep and during the interval session. Super important. Keep your 60 seconds rest as a consistent. Next question is pacing. You're wondering what to do. Do I increase the pace 7 days later? Now, it takes 9 to 11 days for a training session to soak in. What does that mean? It means that if we go out and do 20 times 1 minute at that pace, 7:30 per mile, it's going to take the body 9 to 11 days for that session to us actually get the super compensation from that. Remember, we're stretching the elastic band, we're stressing the body, but we're not stretching the elastic band too far so that it snaps just enough. So we're pushing our body so that next time we can stretch the elastic band a little bit further. It's the best analogy I can give you. Exactly, it's very, very clear in the gym when you're trying to build muscle. It's as clear once you get used to it with running fast in your interval sessions. So we can make the interval session harder by 3 ways: volume, rep length, or pace. Total volume, he's doing 20 minutes of high volume. The rep length, he's doing 1 minute reps. So we can increase the rep length, or we can increase the volume. He wants to increase the pace. Now, that's the last thing we should increase. What we should do on the next week is, if we increase the pace, the problems there are, we're going fast already, 7:30 will be quick for him. He's trying to work towards his 5K PB. If we go faster again, the body's getting used to a certain biomechanics again. It's getting used to, we're using the muscles in a slightly different way. It's more injury risk if we go for pace, increasing pace. Simple thing you might think is, okay, I'll just do 20 times 1 minute with 60 seconds rest. And every single week, I'll go from 7:30, 7:15, 7 minutes, 6:45, 6:30, and onwards from there. Naturally, of course, that will make you a faster runner. I wish it worked like that, but it doesn't. The more strategic, smarter way to go at this is to increase the rep length, to keep the volume the same, keep the pace the same, but increase the rep length. So basically, you're holding the same pace over a longer distance than 60 seconds in his example. So we're doing 75 or 90 seconds. We want to keep the volume the same and the pace the same. So what that might look like is we might do 90-second reps. So if we do 12 times 90 seconds, that's 18 minutes of hard work. So it should feel easier in terms of the volume's down a little bit. And I know I've just contradicted myself and it's 10% less volume. So we could do 13 times 90 seconds, it'll be 19 minutes 30. Just couldn't do the maths in my head. So 90 seconds reps, we could do 75-second rep if we want to. And if that was a push for him, but it seems as if he kept it under control, then he might want to go to 90-second rep and try to hold the same pace, 7 minutes 30 pace per mile, but hold it for 90 seconds and do 12 or 13 of them. That's a smarter way to move forward and will mean that he's working towards, I can run that pace for 90 seconds, then I can run it for 2 minutes, then 3 minutes, then I can run that pace for 5 minutes and 10 minutes. And then he's so much closer to his 5K PB. And this is the natural progressions that you need to add over the week in order to get towards that. Then what he could do is he could change the volume. So he might go back and might do 4, 5, 6 weeks of this, and then go back and change the volumes. Add more volume, but run, so for example, 22 times 1 minute, 24 times 1 minute. If you do 24 times 1 minute, 20% extra. If we do 10 times extra, it's 22 times 1 minute, and we're trying to run it at the same pace. And then around about that time, he'll start to feel totally in control of the interval session because he's getting used to pacing, and naturally the speed will be the next thing to add. So we'll increase first the rep length, work with the same number of minutes, same volume, and then we'll increase the volume and get up that volume to 22 minutes, 24 minutes, up towards 30 minutes, and then it's going to make the final goal, the 5K PB, feel much easier. But we can play with that rep length for quite some time. We can go 90 seconds, you go to 2 minutes, you can go to 3 minutes, then we can go to 5 minutes and do 4 times 5 minutes. Then we can do 2 times 10 minutes, or in between 3 times 7 minutes. Play with that so that you feel like you're in control of the shorter intervals and the longer intervals. Really important and a great question. If you got anything from this, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you've got any questions like that, please pop them in the comments below.